first and foremost speaker is Archana Mallikarjun. She brings a lot of product management experience, and her topic for today is right how to build the great products. Is that the right topic, Archana? Or did I right? Or in life of a product manager, right?
Yeah, right. So how does a day look like in the life of a product manager? So this is what I will be talking today. And thank you so much, Product Syndicates, for giving me this wonderful platform, for sharing my thoughts, like how exactly a day looks like in the life of a product manager. So as you all know, who's a product manager? Yes, he or she is the one who is right at the intersection of design, technology, and business, right? So being a product manager,
sorry, Archana, are you sharing the screen?
Yes.
Cannot see it.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry about it. 1 second. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Can see now.
Okay. All right. Let me quickly share. Hope it's visible now, Pradeep.
Yes, perfect, perfect. Thanks.
So as we spoke about how exactly the day in the life of a product manager looks like, correct? So we all know who a product manager is, right? A product manager lies exactly in the middle of different organizations, different departments in your organization, be it the design team, the technology, and the business. A product manager has the caliber to bring all of these different departments into one place and align them with the same perception that he or she has for building great products. So the design, the technology, and the business, if at every intersection, there is a product manager who tries to ship great products. So now, what does a product manager do anyways? This has been a very, skeptical question. Like nobody gets convinced with the kind of answers a product manager gives because of various reasons. Now, as you all know, a product manager is also called as a mini CEO of the product because a product manager's responsibility lies from the inception to the launch. What I mean by inception is starting from the problem discovery till the time the problem gets solved for a customer and the feature gets shipped to our customers, till then the product manager's intervention is very much necessary. That's the reason a product manager completely owns this particular feature of the product or the product itself as his or her own baby. That's the reason a product manager in the simplest forms everywhere is called as a mini CEO of the product. Yet again, as we know, when I talk to different people, I hear different perceptions like how their day looks like being a product manager. It could be because of various industry differences or the domain that you're working, or it could be the stage of the company. I talked to one of my friends who works for a semiconductor company, and his day being a PM is completely different with what I do as a product manager. So having said that, at the same time, even the domain also matters a lot. A HRMS person is more prone to release a lot of features because of the compliance nature of the product. It has to be compliant with various norms and regulations stated by different governments or the country regulations. Whereas, let's take example of Swiggy or Zomato. That doesn't need that much of being compliant. So having said that, the industry, the domain, and the stage of the company also matters a lot for the role play of a product manager. Coming to the stage of the company, what I mean here is when your company is still in the early stages, consider an early stage startup. As a product manager, you try to wear different hats here. You try to be a problem statement discovery. You try to discover the problem statement. And then you also try to understand or do a lot of customer interviews, understand what are the customer pain points, and craft a well-defined jobs to be done for your customer and give a great offering, whatever the customer needs. At the same time, you are also going to do a role play of a marketing manager as well. You are going to go ahead and build the brand for your product. Create that social awareness on various social networking platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, etc., wherever your product can, actually get exposed to the market. So this is how, in case of an early stage startup, you being a product manager will be playing different roles and responsibilities, like from the time the problem gets defined till the problem gets shipped to our customer. At the same time, let's think of a well-established company. Here, you have already a very big customer segment with you. There are about 1 million customers, let's say, a very big company, in fact. So here, the main role of a product manager is to retain the customer, is to do a lot of, market intelligence, see how the competitive world is and understand how can he try to retain the existing customer without giving them an option to go to their competitors. Right? So competitive awareness is really important in case of well-established firms. At the same time, so that they also understand what are the features that the competitors are giving so good to our customers that can be implemented from our end, and we don't lose out on our existing customer, and in fact, bring in new prospect customers as well. So as you see, there's a lot of difference when you think of early stage startups and a well-established firm. So the roles and responsibilities of a product manager completely differs depending on the stage of the company it is in. Having said that, as you saw, depending on the industry, depending on the domain, depending on the stage of the company, there are various roles and responsibilities that differ for a product manager. But yet, there are three main activities of being a product manager. This is irrespective of the industry, irrespective of your domain, and irrespective of the stage your company is in. So these are being able to communicate and connect well to all the different stakeholders. Learning and analyzing, then deciding and documenting. So what are these? Let's have a look at each one of them. Connecting and communicating. Being a great PM, you also must be able to communicate to different stakeholders that you're working with. As you saw initially, the product manager is exactly at the intersection of different departments in your organization. That is the design, the development, and the business. So as a product manager, you should be able to communicate so well that no matter what feature you're planning to ship to your customers must be communicated to every business unit, and you have to be able to align with them equally and have a perception of the deliverables in the right quality way. So in order to do this, what you do, you keep hosting regular core team meetings. Yes, you have a lot of meetings to be hosted with different departments. At the same time, you keep meeting regularly with the development team to understand if there are any technical impediments that you have to solve, right? If the product can be shipped or not. At the same time, you have a lot of meetings with the sales, with the marketing, etc., to see to it that how the customers are responding to your product that is being shipped. So having said this, apart from communicating and connecting with different stakeholders in your organization, you also have to learn and analyze a lot about your stakeholders. For example, stakeholders meaning it could be internal and external as well. Here, learning and analysis mainly comes from our external stakeholders, who are our end users. So what do? We try to understand, as a product manager, we try to learn what is that our customers are facing, what are the different problems they are seeing in our product, right? And if in case there's a serious problem which we have to solve, we have to analyze that. How do we analyze? Where is this data coming from? This data can be vouched from various sources, be it many things like voice of customer portals. Here, customers come and give their reviews, like which they're not liking about our product, which they feel they try to compare with the competitive product, right? So this kind of data analysis has to be done by a product manager. And then once you analyze this data, what do? There would be hundreds of problems which could be stated by your customer. Not 100 problems can be sorted out, correct? So what do? We try to closely analyze which are the immediate problems which has to be solved for our customers keenly concentrate on them, and then move ahead and prioritize such features and go ahead and mark them in our roadmap. So this is how the learning and analysis of data becomes really important for a product manager. Then we have decision and documenting. What is this decision? As a product manager, as we spoke, once you know what problem you have to solve for a customer, how does that come? Being a product manager, you have to be a great decision maker as well. You should understand what has to be decided, what feature has to be decided, which has to be prioritized in your future roadmaps, which could bring in prospect customers and increase the revenue and help the company grow. So you got to be a good decision maker here. And at the same time, you have to be a ruthless prioritizer as well. You should not say yes to every customer complaints that come in. You have to have that notion of saying no as well to most of the things and pick up the right things that has to be going into your product. At the same time, documentation. Documentation meaning being a product manager, you have to document many things, starting from the product requirements document. And also you keep writing a lot of user stories, a lot of epics, etc., so that you can easily communicate with the help of document to different stakeholders like the developers and make them understand what are the basic functional requirements that has to be shipped in the release. So in this way, the three main criteria like communicating effectively and connecting with different stakeholders, decision-making and documenting, learning and analysis of data becomes the key traits of any product manager, in be it irrespective of the domain, the industry, and the stage of the company. So this becomes almost a day-to-day activity in the life of a product manager. And there are various tools which a product manager keeps using on a day-to-day basis, be it Pendo for user analysis, Confluence for the documentation purpose, and a well-versed tool like Jira for capturing various requirements. And then, so with this, I would like to say that when we boil down, a day in the life of a product manager means time for research, for analysis, and strategic planning. But you can never stop here. Being a PM, you also have to be empathetic and resilient. Empathetic meaning you have to be thinking from the customer's standpoint. You have to build that customer empathy. Without that, you will not be able to build great products. Being resilient is very important to be a great product leader. If you're not resilient enough to bear the kind of obstacles or any mishappenings that happens when you ship your product, it is not the right thing. You always have to be resilient in order to withstand any kind of a situation and be a great leader. So with this, I end my talk today. I thank you all for attending the session. And I end this note saying that a great product manager has the brain of an engineer, the heart of a designer, and the speech of a diplomat. Thank you so much. I once again thank Product Syndicate for giving me this wonderful opportunity today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Archana. It was a wonderful and insightful presentation. We learned a lot from you.